The smart move of Kishimoto to have a flash-forward scene in the beginning of Boruto's story is finally gonna pay off. From the Jougan to Destroyed Konoha, every 7-year-long mystery is going to unveil very soon. So can we expect the debut of this unique Dojutsu of Boruto in the next chapter? Let's find out. The entire community is eagerly looking forward to the time skip, especially the prologue fight, which proved to work really well for Kishimoto. The whole fandom got hyped by this 1-minute scene, and there were a lot of reasons behind it. Konoha was shown to be completely destroyed. Naruto had apparently been sent somewhere. Boruto was in Sasuke's outfit, and the shinobi world lost its peace after a long peaceful era. But the thing which raised everyone's curiosity to another level was the brand new Dojutsu of Boruto. It was named the Jougan, and according to an animator, this side belongs to the Otsutsuki dimension, and its abilities are the Dojutsu equivalent of Naruto's chakra reading power. So in order to figure out when it's most likely for the Jougan to awaken in Boruto's eye, let's take a look at how long this time skip is supposed to be. Well, apparently Boruto was 12 when he left the village and is 16 during his fight with Kawaki. This means it's gonna be a 4-year time skip, but I feel like it would be a 3 or 3.5 year of time skip, and the time it will take us from the very first chapter of 2 Blue Vortex to the prologue fight must be around 6 months to 1 year. Back in Naruto Shippuden, Naruto turned 17 when the 4th Great Ninja War ended. A similar case could happen with Boruto, where he might turn 16 upon defeating Kawaki. Or if the conflict ends up elongating to a year or so, then he could turn 17 after a resolve, just like his father. So assuming Boruto at the age of 16 has mastered the Jougan, we will now need to find out when did he awaken this power. It's definitely the 3 to 4 year time period when he learned to perfect this Dojutsu. So what could have acted as a trigger to the pure eye? Well, the Otsutsuki associated with this eye, Toneri, who prophesied its awakening back in the anime, might have a hand in it. The latest VGM cover of Boruto shows him sitting on a surface which is similar to the moon. This might be a hint of Boruto entering the celestial body to unseal Toneri and learn about the Shinjutsu from him. Well, that might happen after Boruto has already awakened the pure power, and there are several more clues which hint at the same. As for how Boruto gets this Shinjutsu awakened in his eye, if you remember, he had pointed out the way he feels after switching lives with Kawaki. The blunder of negativity was too overwhelming and had made him understand his karma counterpart a lot better. What's interesting is that a similar kind of negative emotions led to the Pure Eye's subconscious awakening in the anime. So could it be that the beginning of the 2 Blue Vortex was already foreshadowed in the anime's extract of Jougan's debut? Now, before any of you says that I'm making things up, hear me out. It won't be the first time when an anime canon would have teased the manga's events. The Mitsuki disappearance arc seems to foreshadow a lot of canon events of the story. One of Boruto's close friends leaves the village, which is Mitsuki in the anime canon arc, and Kawaki in the manga. Then the same friend who left the village attacks Boruto. There is the presence of powerful artificial beings, where the manga has the cyborgs, while the anime showcased the fabrications. Then we have a parlor of Code's Tentails minions, followed by a female cyborg who is known to have a mysterious ability which controls people. Even the juvenile Tentails got a mini counterpart, and Boruto has got an annoying companion who taunts him. Finally, Boruto and Ku get their organs destroyed, which later get healed by artificial means. This proves that anime canons foreshadowing the events of the manga is not out of question, and something similar could happen in the 2 Blue Vortex. The first parallel could take place between the negative energy of New and the negative emotions that Boruto is feeling in Kawaki's shoes. In the anime, it was shown that Jougan could trace negative emotions, and now that Boruto has become a beacon of despair, it makes sense for the Jougan to manifest again. The other parallel can be drawn between the point where Boruto opened a portal to another dimension and his upcoming visit to the moon. It could be that he shall be transported there out of blue with the activation of the Jougan. However, the medium of Boruto's journey to the moon could be his second lover, Sumire. Sumire was given the Gozo Tenno seal in the anime, whose purpose was to replicate Kaguya's secret techniques. The Gozo Tenno ritual apparently made her the closest to an Otsutsuki, which even kept her immune from Aida's spell. The fact that she also played a role in the Jougan's anime awakening can't be ignored. Sumire getting involved in the Jougan's manga debut is pretty plausible, considering the anime foreshadows the manga. The yokai of Sumire New, who was the main cause of the negative chakra, was even mentioned by Toneri. The Moon Otsutsuki said that the gate that New had opened has been closed, and the Jougan's turn won't come for some time. He even says that all of it is temporary. So what does this mean? Well, apparently New had opened a portal to another dimension, which got sealed with the help of the Jougan. Maybe that was the first and the last major role of the Pure Eye in the anime, and as Toneri said, the Jougan is destined to return at the right time. Before Kodachi's departure from the series, he said that he has big plans for Sumire Sumire in both the anime and the manga. It seems like he was talking about her backstory and the aftermath of Omnipotence twist. Sumire could provide some great help to Boruto, and all credit will go to her yokai pet New. As we know, New has the power of teleportation, so maybe Sumire would trace the chakra of Boruto in order to update him about Konoha's situation. It could also be that the Jougan would awaken once Boruto gets the heartbreaking news of Konoha's destruction, or maybe a single interaction with New would be enough to trigger this power in Boruto's right eye. Coming on to how he will master it, I feel like New might be responsible for taking Boruto to the moon because of his teleportation power. As I mentioned last time, Sumire being inspired from the princess of the Dragon Palace Otohime and Toneri being stuck in a time freeze of the same name draws a connection between the two. The way Toneri talked about this being also hints at the yokai having the power to unseal him. Once Boruto would reach the celestial body with his newly awakened power, he would end up learning a lot about the Jougan. I remember there once was a theory which stated that the way the Hokage mountain is destroyed in the future, it might be a reference to the village calling for help. And if Boruto is able to see this message from the moon, then it perfectly explains why he arrives in the village after it's completely destroyed. He was training on the moon with Toneri, where time seems to pass faster than usual. So now that we know how the moon plot and the Jougan's role would play out in Boruto's life, could it be that the two blue vortex was a reference to Boruto's normal eye and the Jougan? Or is it a reference to Boruto and Sasuke's rogue adventures? Well, if we say the title was referring to the Jougan and Boruto's other eye, then it's very likely that the pure eye has already awakened in the very first chapter. If that's the case, then we might get a backstory of this power later in the manga, or maybe in the form of flashbacks in the anime. The two blue vortex could refer to the two destinies of Boruto, where his Jougan hints at his Otsutsuki involvement, while his left eye is a callback to his shinobi roots. Boruto getting trapped in between his shinobi identity and Otsutsuki privilege would lead him to a vortex kind of situation, making his legacy even more interesting. Now if we say the other blue vortex is Sasuke, that could also make sense cause both of them were denoted by the color blue. Boruto's will of following the path of Sasuke and protecting the Hokage also hints at the same. The latest promotional text hints at both of them encountering something unreal, so it can be assumed that the time skip's title is a reference to the adventures of Boruto and Sasuke around the shinobi world and beyond. If the blue vortex is a reference to a blue eye, then we have got two people who could be the other vortex in Boruto's story. First is Himawari and second is Toneri Otsutsuki. While Toneri possesses a lot of strength from the privilege of being an Otsutsuki, Hima also seems to have some secret power inside of her. The moon Otsutsuki's escape from the Dragon Palace seal and helping Boruto in tackling his own destiny might have granted him a spot in the title. Or if it's about Himawari, then it seems like Daemon sensing immense power from her was a foreshadowing of the biggest plot twist of the show. But if Himawari ends up having connections to Kaguya, will it make sense for her to have such prowess? Find out the answer in the right video and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stuff. I will see you next time.